Is writing or subject on the board so that you will not forget it, at least, right? You may forget the class at least, and you don't need to, you will not forget the subject. BSM, right? What is the full form of BSM? Bible study method, right? So, did we study any method or not yet? No, we studied some methods, right? And I said we are not stick on to the methods. Methods is just an introductory part. Since you had a subject called basic study method, what is it in the first year? I mean, the last semester? Yeah, study method. So, just taking this subject to little more hermeneutic level. So, hermeneutics, there is a basic hermeneutics and also there is advanced hermeneutics. Advanced hermeneutics you will study in masters. You don't need to worry about that one. And there you will see a lot of. But still, then I add so many stuff from the advanced hermeneutics. What you are learning is not actually a basic hermeneutics, and you're also learning some advanced aspects. Just adding a little bit from that side also. Last class, what we discussed? Three elements, right? Three elements. The authorship and text interpreter. The authorship is two authorship, human, dual authorship, human and Holy Spirit. The role of Holy Spirit we saw. Yeah, okay. And today's class, what we are going to see is okay. The factors that affect interpretation. Affect. Okay? Affect. The factors that affect interpretations. We have so many things to discuss under this topic. We can categorize in this way. Political factors. Political factors. The political scenario of Bible times. So it really affects the interpretation. If you don't know the actual political situation of that time, no, our current political situation we know because we are living in this time and we know the Indian politics, Western politics, European politics through media and through the newspaper and through the internet and web. But the political situation of Bible times is quite different from now, and it is quite different from what we think. And let's see, let's look at some of the political issues. Why did King Belshazzar offer third position in the Babylonian government to Daniel and not the second position? When Daniel was in Babylon, Belshazzar offered him the third position. Why not second position? When Joseph was in Egypt, he was a prime minister, like second in charge, right? Second in charge. Just after the Pharaoh, he is the in charge. But in the Babylonian government, they offered the third position. Why? What is the reason? What could be the reason? It's a political. Okay. no certain laws. He said, Badal said, like, since he was taken as a slave, so he should not be given the prime authority. Any other answer? So who offered him the position? His name is Belshazzar, right? This is the spelling, Belshazzar. Belshazzar, right? Okay. Why? The question is why Daniel was offered the third position, not the second. You know what is the reason? The answer is very simple. The one who offered the position is actually in the second position. You understand? So since he is in the second position, how can he give the second position? Then who was the first position? Belshazzar's father. Who was he? His name is no Nabonidus. Nabonidus was out of the country for a certain period. He went for a war. So when usually that time when the king they go for war, it takes not like 1 day, 2 day. It takes months. Sometimes it takes years. So when they go out of the war, he will assign someone to look after the kingdom. So if king goes with the war, who will take care of the kingdom? And here his son Belshazzar was assigned as a king. Still the Nabonidus was the real king. He was in the first position. He assigned Belshazzar there, so he is in the second position. So when Belshazzar assigned Daniel, he will be in the third position. So do you get the idea? So that's what I said. Politic, it affects the interpretation, and we don't know why this affect. Now you can come up with the different answers, right? But unless and until if you don't know the political situation of that time, the interpretation and the understanding is varying. Okay, that's what I ask you to give the answer. I'm not embarrassing you. Okay, just this is the way of studying, right? This is a way of studying, so that it will not forget. So that is the one of the political aspect. Okay, then in Philippians chapter 3:20, Paul said to Philippians that our citizenship is in heaven, right? He just made a statement that our citizenship is in heaven. Why did he make that statement? Again, that matters. We always use that word, right? Our citizenship is in heaven. We always preach that word. And we are not concerned about the context. And we are not worrying about the historical background of that situation. We are just taking that verse and we are just directly jumping to the application. So that's what I said. Interpretation gives a valid content in your preaching. So if you just explain the background and if you give the explanation and the application, that really gives a good preaching. So what is the reason behind when Paul make this statement? No. Okay, you are just telling the application level. I'm not asking the application. Let's do the application later. Come with we are discussing the political factors. Is there any political reason? That's what I'm asking. Okay, I know I'm not just squeezing because you are learning it. So first, what do you in that situation? What do you need to consider first? No. Again, you are in the application level. I'm not asking application. Why did Paul says your citizenship is in heaven? That means the first consideration is what? The location, right? Philippi. Philippi is the place, right? The speciality of Philippi. What is the speciality of Philippi? Philippi was not a Roman colony. Okay, Philippi was not a Roman colony, not a Roman colony. But the king Augustus, the Caesar Augustus, they gave the Italic rights, to Philippi, King Augustus. You know what is Italic rights? They are treated as equal as Roman citizen. They are not a Roman colony. Since they have the Italic rights, they were treated same as the Roman citizens. So they were such a privileged people. The Philippines were very privileged people. Although they are not belong to Roman, but still then Augustus given them Italic rights. They can travel, they can have all the facility of a Roman citizen, and they were very proud of that citizenship. They consider it as a very valuable, they consider it as a very significant. And in that situation, Paul is telling, no, not that citizenship. We have a greater citizenship that is in heaven. You are thinking about the Roman citizenship, you are valuing the Roman citizenship, but I'm telling you that your citizenship is in heaven. That is more important. Okay, that is the political situation. Clear or not? Huh? Italic right, ITALIC, Italy, RIG, right to, no, RIGHTS. The one who granted that Italic right is Octavius Augustus. Okay, Octavius Augustus. Now the third political. Clear? Should I explain it? No. Now, why did Jonah not want to go to Nineveh city? Okay. So that is can be considered as a political factor. They are enemy. Did you understand the question? Why did Jonah did not go to, or why did Jonah not go to Nineveh? When God said you go to Nineveh, but he went to Tarshish, right? Tarshish. He's supposed to go there, but he took the opposite direction and he went somewhere. And meanwhile, something happened and he came back somehow. Okay, just forget about the incidents and everything. But the question, why he was hesitated to go? Why he was reluctant to go to Nineveh? Think about the politically. Think politically. Is there any reason? So, do you understand? These all matters, right? So, we are often taking that passages. We are often preaching from Jonah. We are often. That's why I'm just specially selected such passages. You know, there are some political reasons. Okay, this all what we get now. The information is not actually from the Bible. All the information what we get from the so-called secular historical resources. Okay, that's what I said. We need to research. We need to have a research. And according to the Ninevites were very atrocious. Atrocious means they were very cruel people. Ninevites were very cruel. The way they treat their enemies are like horrible. If they get enemy, they will behead, they will cut their head. Not only cutting an head is actually a common factor. Sometimes what they will do is they will make a small cage. Small cage means no, we have a cages in our home, like for the dogs and for the ducks and all. Now we make cages. They will make small cages, not a big cage, small cage. They will put their enemy into that cage, and they will treat them as a pet. Just can you imagine that one? In a home, we are just treating a man as a pet, and we are making a small cage. They will do because they were that much sadist. And not only that, they will cut. So they will chop the head of enemies. What they will do? They will pile on a stick, and they'll just stick somewhere, like just to for a showpiece. Just for a showpiece, they will keep like that one. And not only that, the impaling. Their one of their killing method is impaling. Now, what is impaling? Impaling. Impaling means very very sad to say that one. Like they will take a stick. Stick means very like a very wood piece. They will make it very sharpened, and they will pierce from down to, like, from downside to, they will pierce and they will keep. So that is called impaling. So the way they treat their enemies are like that. So they will treat as an animal, pet animal. They'll keep there, they'll chop their head and they'll pile there. So these were the situation of Ninevites. Nobody will, as he said, no, Israelites were their enemies, right? Just think that Jonah, if he goes there, he may go through all these situations. He may treat it as an animal. His head will be chopped, and that is the reason why he doesn't want to go to Ninevites. Okay, that is another political reason. There's a political situation. Of course, he thought, no, because of this reason, he thought that this let these people destroy by God's wrath. That's what it is. The reason behind that, because they behave in that way. So that is one of the political factors. Okay, another one more situation. Okay, in the book of Ruth, we know that Boaz went to the city gate, right? City gate. City gate. To talk to the kinsman redeemer, right? There's a kinsman redeemer of Naomi. Why did he go to city gate to talk to him? What is the speciality of city gate? Any significance? What is city gate? City has a gate, right? That is city gate. Very simple. City gate is actually, now the present day we have a court, right? We have court where the judge pass the judgment. We go to the court. In those days, city gates are the courts. The elder will sit at the city gate, and there people will come, whatever they need, and all the judgment will pass in that time. So that is the reason why since it is a legal matter, right? The kinsman, he wants to redeem Naomi's property, but Naomi has a kinsman redeemer already. So from him, if you want to buy, it's a legal matter. To console the legal matter, he has to go to the court. So city gate was the legal court at that time. That is why he went to the city gate. Okay. Now it's like in the when God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, where Lot was sitting, he was sitting at the city gate. So what is the significance? At that time, he became the one of the judge of that city. Because of his wealth, people admired him and gave a position of a judge. So he was sitting at the city gate. It's not just like a simply sitting. He had a position. Okay. So city gate. I think that is enough, right? The political factors. There are a lot more, but as we go further, we will just see. So first, that affect interpretation is politics, right? If you don't know the politics of that time, the politics of certain cities, it is very difficult to draw the exact meaning of that situations. So these are the situations. Now you got a little idea of, right? Huh? Huh? Book? Yeah, yeah. Lots of books are available. Politics. Yeah. Even if you take the in the church history related books are politics. There are a lot of politics. The second one is religious. Religious factors. Religious factors. Read Exodus chapter 23:19. Exodus chapter 23:19. Do not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. Oh, what is the specialty? It will be very tasty, right? So, wanna try a young goat cooked in its own mother's milk. Recently, I like to watch the like different varieties of foods cooked by different people. So once I was browsing Facebook from Indonesia, I think from Indonesia, like a tribal community was preparing something. The way they make the arrangements are very like very weird, and it is very interesting to watch. I was watching, and this guy he was bringing something in the vessel to cook. I don't understand what this is like. Very we cannot understand what is that. Is whether it is meat or not. We don't understand that. Now when he brought and he just pour out it, oh man, I really got like stuck for a while. You know why? It is actually a young young calf, young calf, no calf. Actually, it is in the mother's womb. From the uterus itself. You know what is that? From the uterus where the young calf grow. That they have taken the uterus itself. So in the vessel, that calf is in the uterus. So slowly he just taking out the outer part, and we can see a like a small one there, and directly without cleaning, without cutting or anything, directly he put the all the masalas were ready and everything is ready, directly put into that, and he just taking the like head part and very like simply is eating it. I got stuck like that's why I said different variety of style of eatings are available. Even in the Bible time, people cook differently. So here God commands them that you should not cook an young goat in its mother's milk. It's a command. It's a command given to why? Why so? That's what the question. Why did he command that you should not do that one? Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. So here it's first of all the first reason it's actually a Canaanite. It's a Canaanite ritual. This is actually a religious cooking. Like it's kind of a sacrificial Canaanite. Oh, my spellings. Canaanite ritual. So since why it was forbidden, because it is a Canaanite worship, like a pattern, how they're worshipping their god through this way. So that's what God said, no, you should not do that one. It is completely banned. The second reason is biological reason. Now when two substances join together, it can harm your body, right? When two substances join together, it can harm your body. Like in Ayurveda, I don't know, you are familiar about Ayurveda, no? Ayurveda says that we should not eat curd and fish together. Curd and fish together. Because curd is actually eatable, fish is also eatable. But if you eat together, it can cause certain problem in your stomach. And lemon and the prawn. Lemon and prawn you should not eat, because once it join, it it gives a chemical reaction, and it may take your life also. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they are enemy. So here it's actually the substances should not match. The meat and milk, it will never join. So there is a biological aspect also. The first is actually a ritual aspect, and second is a biological aspect. That is why God said you should not cook a young goat in its mother's milk. Yeah, sure. Okay, why did God bring 10 plagues? The second one, why did God bring 10 plagues to Egypt? What is the reason? Did I tell you that in the class? I think I told, right? What is the reason of 10 plagues? 10 plagues, right? What are the 10 plagues? Nile turned to blood, then frogs, gnats and flies, death of livestock, boils, hail, locust, darkness, death of firstborn, right? These are the 10 plagues. So you must have by heart around my Bible college, it was there in the exam. We need to write the entire, like, 10 plagues and the reason, everything. And why did God selected certain things for the judgment? Why did he choose locust? Why did he choose frog? Why did he choose nuts? Why did he choose Nile? Why? No idea? Yeah, that is the reason. Actually, everything, if you take the 10 plagues, that are directly against their gods. If you just search, you can see different gods' names. Okay? Or I just want to tell everything. But all the 10 plagues are for Egypt. They considered frog as their god, and Nile as their god, and everything. When we think about everything, it is considered as their god. And here God is using frog as a plague, and is just used as a means to chastise the Egypt. So that is the reason. And here everything is stand against their God, and to prove that your gods are not able to protect them. So it's actually a proof that your gods are inactive. They won't be able to help you. So this is one way. It's as one way is as a punishment. Another way, it is also a proof that your gods are not true gods. There is only one true God. So that is the reason the reason behind the 10 plagues. And why did Elijah suggest Mount Carmel as the site of his contest with 450 Baal prophets? Why did Elijah selected the certain mountain, Mount Carmel, right, where he have a competition with 450 prophets of Baal regarding like it's a sacrifice, right? They arrange a sacrifice, and if the fire comes and like consume who sacrifice. Why? What is the speciality? I'm asking why did he selected the certain. So he asked to come to Mount Carmel, right? You come to Mount Carmel, let's compete. Let's see who's God going to win. Huh? Yeah, Carmel is very famous for what? Carmel, for according to those time, Carmel is considered as the dwelling place of Baal. You understand? Carmel, the Mount Carmel is considered as the dwelling place of Baal, Baal God. So here, why Elijah is calling them? Okay, let's have a home match. I will come to your home. So you be there in your home. You be there with your God. I'm going to come to you. Let's compete. So you are with your God and the place where you're standing, where your God dwells. And it is easy for you to win. But I'm outsider. I'm coming to your place and let's see who is going to win. That is actually the idea. The Mount Carmel is considered as the dwelling place of Baal. That is why Elijah said, okay, let's do it in Mount Carmel. And what happened? The 450 were utterly defeated, right? Yeah. So as I said, these all have a reason behind. And you need to dig out the reasons. If you dig out the reason, then it is clear. The picture is clear. Otherwise, it will be like blurry vision. You know certain things, but the vision won't be that clear. Okay. Yeah. Let's stop it for today, and I'll. You need a break time, right? Or you don't need it? Till 11:30 I should go, I think. 11:30 to 12:30. Yeah.